Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. Be sure to say hello as soon as you get here so I know who I'm talking to. Say good morning. Ready to paint. Are you ready to paint today? I'm kind of feeling it. I'm feeling it. Who's here? Say good morning. Good morning, Denise. How are you? I am so excited. Today I am sharing something, my brand new product line called Vintage Papeterie. So it is vintage papers that I have scanned and collected forever. I just love old paper. I love old paper that has typewriter information on it, like old typewriter stuff. I love old paper that especially has handwritten stuff on it. I love old receipts. I love old ledgers. I love old order forms, any of that stuff. I love it. And so, you know, in art journaling, especially, we like to have layers and layers and layers. And the magic that happens when you layer things and little bits and pieces peek through, it is second to none. It is second to none. If you want to learn lots of ways to use these papers, I suggest you go back and take Artsy Alchemy 3. It is absolutely still available. It is absolutely, everything is there for you. All of the printables, all of the, you'll get 2 of the vintage papeterie papers. You'll get a exclusive printable of the cutest mushrooms you ever did see that I drew and that we painted and created with. And then you'll also get 2 hours of me sharing with you a million different ways to use those papers. And so, and the class is only $20. So it's worth the $20 investment because you'll get all of those things. And you get your beautiful artsy community. So, you know, just know that that class is available. Any class that I teach is always available. If it is on my website, it's available for you to take. And as soon as you register for it, I get a notification. So then I'll put you in the private Facebook group, and then you have access to all of the artsy materials and dialogue and just the creative process. So just know that. If you're brand new here this morning, if you would follow, like, subscribe, share my videos on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate that. And then please ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott. That is the place where if you've created things with my creations, you can post pictures. If you are wanting to take part in our Christmas card challenge, that's where you post your pictures, and then I will put them into an album. Speaking of which, that contest runs until the 30th. So there's still plenty of time to create Christmas cards with any of my art printables and then post them in the Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott Facebook group. I will post those pictures there, and then I will put them in an album that's on this page, on the Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs page, and that because that's the one that everyone can have access to. And then all of those cards, you're going to want to encourage your friends and family to visit that album, and it's called Christmas Card Challenge, and like and comment on your cards and creations. The cards and creations that have the most likes and comments will win a gift certificate from Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs, but everybody who enters will get Happy Mail from me. So, and you have Christmas cards already made, right? So, without further ado, let's start talking about our brand new product line. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Ra. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Aunt Mer. Did I say that already? So happy to see everybody. So these are the first two in a series of like 9 million because I have so much old paper in my house. This is Vintage Papeterie 1. This is Vintage Papeterie 2. One is busy, one is not as busy, so I wanted to kind of mix it up. These are only $1 a piece, but you remember that they're also, you get these when you take the Artsy Alchemy 3 class. You get these two, plus you get a sheet of mushrooms that, oh my gosh, they're so cute, and so they're the mushrooms that are in the picture. You'll have so much fun creating with them. Anyway, so my thought was that so one of the ways that I touched on creating with them during class on Sunday was we can stamp on these, right? We want layers because all of those layers give us cool visual interest. So I printed this morning, the Vintage Papeterie 2, this one that's less busy. And I'm going to cut it down. Hey Vicky, good morning. I'm going to cut it down to like 5. I think I want to, okay, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so I want to print this there. I'm going to peel this off. I wanted to try printing it in a very, in an area that doesn't have much, that just kind of has that funky grid. That's kind of where I was thinking about creating with. Now I'm going to put my magnets down and then pull that up. And now I want to ink it. Good morning, Melinda. How are you? Hey, Lisa. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. So I'm going to ink this up. But the beauty of the Misty is that, we can stamp it and stamp it and stamp it until we get the impression that we want, right? So we're going to set that down, and then I'm going to take this, which my friend Hannah, whose store I got it from, she is a store in Indiana. She calls it a Chucky. I don't know why, but it reminds me of the thing from air hockey. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, so let's come back in and re-ink that so we get a nice clean impression. Nice clear. But remember, I'm stamping onto watercolor paper, so I am, it's got a texture to it, and so it's going to take a couple of impressions, or a couple of stamps to get a good impression, I should say. Right there. I need to concentrate on that. And these are all, this is my brand new stamp from Unity. And this is, these are all Sugar Island wildflowers. Oh, Melinda! That's so cool. Be sure to post pictures of what you create with it. Did you order this one? The Among the Wildflowers. I just love wildflowers. And I will just tell you, my whole family, we just love wildflowers. Every time my sister and I take that trip to Michigan, we will find some wildflowers somewhere along the way. Maybe if I do it that way. See if that helps. Yeah. Yeah, so Lisa, I like to use Gina K's amalgam ink, and here's why. Amalgam ink can be used with alcohol ink products like a Copic marker, or it can be used with water-based products. So you can create with water, things that you move with water, and the ink won't spread. Good morning, Nancy. Let's see. I just like to really get a nice, there we go. So pretty. Okay. And now I want to, good morning, Laura. Hey, Lisa. Hi, Renee T. Okay, so I'm going to use my Karin markers this morning. So I've got my, this is the stamp that I'm using today, Unity Among the Wildflowers. Good morning, Sharon. And it is a pretty decent sized stamp, as you can see. And it is red rubber, which gives the best impressions, doesn't it? So let's see. I just went to Scraps of Love, my local scrapbook store, to get some refills, or to get some, you can't refill these pens, so I needed to replace, like some of them I'm getting close to using it up, like not neon pink, cerise, let's find it, magenta, there we go, cerise, look at how pretty it is. The cool thing about Karin markers, do you see they have this, right here, there's this little window, and you can see how much ink you've used up. So you know when you're getting close to the bottom. And you'll find the ones that you use over and over. I mean, everybody has their thing, right? But I like cerise, gold, amber, let's find that, amber, and cool aqua and arctic blue. I like both of those. Anyway, let's just start coloring. So, and make a swatch chart for yourself. If you have any kind of creative mediums, make a swatch chart so you know what you have and what they look like. Do you know what I mean? The cap is close, but it's not exactly what you have. But if you swatch it, you know exactly what you have. So always make a swatch chart. And then that helps you to choose colors when you're creating too. So I'm going to start with the Indian paintbrushes. So I'm just going to start, and they are predominantly orange, but I'm just going to get a little bit of yellow on here. And then get my wet brush. And come in, tap that off so it's just kind of damp. I'm just going to move that color around. I like things to not be a solid color. I like them to be, you know, shades of color. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to add little bits of a base color. Tap. And then just start to move that around just a little bit. And then I can just keep building and building and building, right? So let's let that dry for a sec before we come in with our second color. And I'm thinking I want to do these forget-me-nots. It's really pretty. This is that Arctic blue. I love that Arctic blue. So I just scribbled a little bit down, and there's no, that's the beauty about Karin markers, is that they are water soluble, so you can move the color with water. So if you do this, then your marker's going to last forever because you're barely using any color, right? Like I've probably had mine for at least 2 years, maybe 3 years, and I find that there you go. That there are only a few that I know that I'm going to need to replace soon, and not even that soon. They were at the store and I bought them because they were at the store, and I didn't want to take the chance that they might not be there the next time I need that color. Do you know what I mean? So I bought those three colors that I use kind of a lot: amber, gold, and cerise. I also karin, I think is how you properly pronounce it. It looks like Karin. They also have a set of acrylic paint markers. I bought those three colors that I like a lot in those to just play with and see, see what I can see. But just know that if you're wanting to try a new product like that, just buy one or two, or like I know that I really like those three colors. So I often will buy just like a couple so I can play with, because what if you play with that and that medium just doesn't work for you? Then you've got this big investment. If you just buy a couple and buy colors that you are really drawn to, or that you find yourself using over and over in your creating. Oh, I just love these markers. I just love them so much. So I'm just going to continue to build a color. So Jeff and I went on a little road trip on Sunday, and I suggest that everybody does that every now and again. We did that growing up a lot, huh, Trace? We would just get in the car and drive. So we went toward Bartlett Lake, which is east of Scottsdale, but we wanted to go to the desert, so we have a AAA book that is like all like day trips that are just drives. And so we found one that went to a place called Sears Cay Ruin. And so it was, and we took Solomon, And it was just, it was a fabulous, fabulous Sunday drive. I think I'm going to come in with my orange now. It was, so I'm going to just do the base of these petals. See what I can get going here. It was such a great drive. We just went on a little hike, but it was so hot. And then we just got right back in the car. Solomon was like, are you guys nuts? Open that car door and put the air conditioning on. So pretty. Hey, Vicky. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So do you see how just the addition of that orange has already made this one look so much more dimensional than this one? This one looks so flat and like there's barely any color on it, right? But just the addition of that little bit of orange, and this isn't the only color that I'm going to add, but just for me, that is magic when I can just create dimension with just the addition of color, the addition of more color. But I love the like the bits of white that peek through, the bits of light yellow that peek through. To me, that is just makes me so happy. Okay, let's come back in with that Arctic blue, and let's start to deepen here. No way, Laura. That's so funny. That's so funny. Good morning, Renee. How are you today? Ooh, that's starting to... So pretty. Everybody take a drink. Need to stay hydrated. So, I'm telling you, so when we went to that... I mean, the Sears Cay ruin is part of the Tonto National Park. And you know, we love a national park in this house. We do, we do. Anyway, it was just magnificent to see the gorgeous rock formations. I took a couple pictures. I'll try and post those on social media so you could, like, isn't it fascinating how sometimes rocks can just be balanced on one another in a natural way. It's not like a person did that. But you're like, how is that not teetering over? It was just magnificent. Magnificent to see. So now I'm just continuing with that Jiggy Jaggy blend. You know, I like to build slow layers. Keep turning that substrate so that it's comfortable for your hand. We have a rainy day here today. How about in your neck of the woods? It rained almost all night. It was fabulous. I love these forget-me-nots because of that pretty, there's that pretty burst of yellow in the center of all that blue. So pretty. Good morning, Sue. How is Mexico? Are you just having yourself a time? I bet you are. There we go. Soften, soften, soften. Good morning, Mom. I bet Dad's in the background. Good morning, Dad. Okay, let's start this. Ottawa. Very cool. Good morning, Judy. Lovely. So many Vickies here this morning. Oh my gosh, you do the tourist thing, Sue. You like make the most of it. Have so much fun. So tell us what region of Mexico you're in right now. It starts with a T. I'm not remembering it right off the top of my head. Notice that I left that little bit of white in the center, even though I'm moving this color around. That's going to give you a really nice, it's going to help to start to create that form that we're always after. And you're going to get some really nice dimension by just deepening the color around the edge, at the base of the petal. But we want that center to be light, right? Because think about a petal of a flower. You want, it's either going to be concave this way, so the center is dark, or it's going to be this way, right? So it's dark here, dark here, dark here, and lightest at the tippity top. Yes, Carol, Scraps of Love does sell individual, they have open stock of Karin markers. And I think that they ship. Because I know you're way on the east side, aren't you? Oh my gosh, Sue, I bet it's just beautiful there. Are you right on the water? Mexican beaches are so pretty. Mm-hmm. Oh. Hey, Tam. It's almost time for Tammy to be here. Tam, I got gathered up. Have you already gone to see where the crawdads sing? We're going to see it Friday afternoon, I think. A bunch of us. So I'm going to add one more layer of this orange, just little bits by bits. Then I think I want to come in with something a little bit darker. Right? Because we're not in a hurry. We're painting in the mountains. Ooh, are you, Keels? I'm so anxious. I thought so. I thought you were going with some book club friends. Yeah. I don't know if any of my Arizona book club friends have read it, aka Lucinda. But I am. I am rereading it. You know, it's so funny. My niece Emily was had picked it up when we were on vacation, and so she was reading it the whole time we were relaxing, and then, you know, she got back and life happens, but she did finish it. So I think I want to come in with that deeper, I think like that orange red, yeah, but I need to let that dry. Oh, so I was talking the other day about these. Yeah, I've started it again, Tammy, sorry. I just don't know that I'll get it finished before Friday afternoon. I'm trying, but I don't know. So I was talking about these flowers during class the other day. In Michigan, we call them lupine. In California, they call them lupin. It's the same flower. But I told you, my family just loves wildflowers, and Sugar Island is full of wildflowers. And my mom told me that when my cousin Eileen passed, remember, I think I've talked to you about her. She was just the loveliest. Anyway, the family that was there went to Sugar Island and gathered a bunch of Sugar Island wildflowers to put on her grave. And that's so symbolic of our family. It's just so, because Sugar Island is so special to our family. It's just so special. And so I think of her now every time I see lupine, which is a nice thing. It's a nice thing. Everybody has their thing, don't they, that reminds them of a person or a place. So I'm going to start out with my light blue. Then I'm going to come in and deepen them, because the way I remember them, lupine are almost like a periwinkle color. I mean, they come in all different colors. There's pinks and purples, but I like the ones that are like almost periwinkle, like just like a bluey purple, where it's so deep you can't tell if it's blue or purple. Oh, I love that. So I'm going to just get some base color down, start moving that around. I forgot to read from the comfort book last week. I can't believe I forgot that. So I need to make sure that I remember today, because it always gives me like something nice to ponder throughout my day. Good morning, Sheila. How are you? Okay. So I'm going to let that set, and then let's read some comfort this morning. See where we are. Room. Imagine forgiving yourself completely. The goals you didn't reach, the mistakes you made, instead of locking those flaws inside to define and repeat yourself. Imagine letting your past float through your present and away like air through a window, freshening a room. Imagine that. Isn't that a good one? Because don't we all carry that stuff, mistakes we've made, that we think we're forever defined by? Everybody take a drink. Imagine just forgiving yourself, because others would forgive you. Do you know what I mean? We're so hard on ourselves. I think it's a lovely thing for us to ponder today. Oh my gosh, Sue, I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait to hear all about it. Go soak up all that culture. When I was in Mexico, I felt like, how can my pictures won't capture everything that I'm feeling and seeing, and I just love it. Yesterday, Jeff and I bought our tickets to go to England. We're going to take his mom to see her sister in November, and we'll be there for his mom, Eileen's birthday, and we'll be there for Jeff's birthday. So I said, oh, that's so cool. We celebrated my birthday in Puerto Rico, so we traveled for my birthday, and now we're traveling for your birthday too. That's so awesome. What a great way to spend a birthday, you know, exploring a new place. And we love to explore a new place together. We do, we do. Okay, let's see. These are kind of a lightish pink with a green center. What lighter pinks do I have? Pale pink, soft peach, rose pink. So let's start with pale pink, I think. Don't you love it, Sue? Don't you love it, Judy? I love travel. I love all of it. I love the, just what makes that place tick. Like what makes that place, wonderful and wild and fascinating. And I'm telling you, I got that from my mother. My mother always had a bit of wanderlust, and we would just go on day trips to all kinds of places, and just within our own state, and that's what Jeff and I did on Sunday, right? Just it just makes your world so rich, you know. I am forever grateful for a mother who planted that seed in my noggin. This one. But so can you see how stamping this image on that grid just gives it one more layer of visual interest? One more just more to look at, more to see. I missed that guy. I just love the possibilities of something more, you know? Okay, let's come back in to this with rose pink. Oh, I'm sure thinking about that, forgiving ourselves and letting it all go, you know? Everybody's got that stuff that they're just plagued with in your head. What if you just let it go? Because here's the thing. Everyone is filled with that kind of stuff. No one doesn't have things like that in their head, right? And if you're afraid of others judging you, well, who cares? Because, you know, everyone's flawed. Everyone has their, I want canary yellow. Neon canary. No. Everyone has things. So living in fear of what people are going to think or say, oh, I try so hard to not get wrapped up in that, because then not only does it just bum me out, you know what, they probably don't really, you know, they're just going to say stuff about you until the next thing comes along. And we can't stop them, right? I'm saying whatever they're going to say. At least these are the things that I tell myself. Oh, I'm loving that. I really like that yellow next to that blue. Let's get this Black-Eyed Susan started. Let's find a nice brown. Which brown shall I do for the center? Let's start with rosewood. Can I tell you that's why I love a swatch chart? Nope, that's blush. Almond. Let's try, what did I say? Sandstone, cinnamon. Those are both kind of dark. I think I like that. What's this one? Praline, that's a little bit dark. Henna, dark. Cocoa, sepia, those are both dark. Copper. See why you need it. See, look at this is the cap and this is the color. Do you see why you need a swatch chart? So I'm going to come in and do a base. And just, this is almost kind of a greeny color. That's all right. Just want a little bit of color there to start with. And I want to do my petals nice and gold. And then move that color just a little bit. Maybe by the time I'm done going all the way around, the center will be dry enough for me to add another color. So pretty. So Jeff and I took a little break from the astronaut show because, I mean, it's fascinating and it's really good, but it's so heavy. You know, especially if you've lived through it, you understand, you know, I think I want to come in with praline, maybe. Let's start adding bits of praline, deepening these little circles in here. And remembering that the circumference of the center of the flower is going to be deeper, right? Because that's where the petals and the center meet. So we want to start to build that form up. Hi, Deborah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Oh, remember I said I wanted to do that pretty yellow in the center there. So let's start with canary. Forget-me-nots. So pretty. Just that, look at that little pop of yellow. What that does. So pretty. Move that around just a little bit. I'm loving it. I'm loving that it's just all kind of coming together, you know? It feels like I need something bright again over here. Maybe this could be like a lavender. Maybe this could be, this is kind of Queen Anne's lace, but I'm wondering, because I'm kind of blue heavy, but I still need to come back in here, don't I? And get some, maybe I'll get that pale violet going. Maybe that will help. Okay, let's start to move that, see what happens. That is not moving as well as I want it to. So, I think what I'm going to need to do, I mean, the color is kind of going toward exactly what I want. But I might need to come in and go over that with, see if I move it right away. Yeah, maybe that's helping. But then I need to come back in and do my blue over that. See if that, Good morning, Kathy Capers. How are you? It is, isn't it, Mom? We do love a wildflower in our family. That's for sure. This mix of these two colors is just magic, you guys. If you could see what I see up close. This is like the perfect blend of blues and purples. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Maybe that shows it better. Oh my gosh, have a great time, Keely. And I'm anxious to hear all about the movie after Friday. We'll talk about it on Friday. Or over the weekend or something. Remember, if you have too much pigment on your brush. Well, good morning, Deborah from Maryland. I am using Karin markers, and they are very cool. If you have a store around you that sells open stock, I would recommend that. There is a store in Michigan called Papeterie, and she sells open stock, and her shipping is lickety-split, and her name is Audrey, and she's just about the loveliest human. Anyway, she, that's where I got mine from. It was a Merry Christmas to me from me. And I have never looked back. See, this is looking better than I had initially thought. Oh my gosh, look at that. So pretty. So they are called Karin markers. I think it's pronounced Karin. They're from Poland. And they are a brush marker, and the Karin. There is, you know what, if you go to my Facebook, if you go to my website, Corbiere-Scott I have a section that is Anne's Artsy Arsenal, and that's like all of my favorite art supplies with a link to an Amazon account. So I do have Karin markers linked there. So you might check them out there. But they have a water-based pigment inside. And so that pigment you can use much like you use a watercolor, right? So you can move the color with water. That's all water soluble means, right? That you can move the color with water. And that's what we want. We want to move that color, right? So I like to just add a little bit of color and then come in with a damp brush and then move that color. And I like to play with layering and mixing colors. I like to do all of it. Like and experiment, right? So experiment with, should I wet my substrate first and put some color down and then move that color? Should I put color down and then come in with my damp brush and move that color? It's kind of a personal preference, whatever. I mean, you're just gonna, the way you get to know your supplies and their capabilities is just by playing with them as often as possible. Try it on different substrates. Try it on copy paper. Try it on watercolor paper. Try it on cardstock. Try it on a stamped image. Try it on a printed image. Try it, do you know what I mean? Try it without an image at all. Just try creating a background with them. Try mixing colors. All of those tries are what's going to get you proficient with your supplies, with whatever art supplies you're using. And remember, you do not have to have $1 million art supplies to make art. You can make art with Crayola crayons or Crayola watercolors. It doesn't matter. You just, whatever you have, you just use it in all those ways I was talking about. Try it on colored paper. Try it on copy paper. Try it on watercolor paper. Try it on cardstock. Right? Look at that. Ugh. So pretty. Like, it's just starting to just come to life, isn't it? I love that. Let's try. How are we doing on time? Yikes. Oh, we're almost up. Everybody take a drink. So like I said, if you are brand new here, if you would follow, like, and subscribe to Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and just know that you can share this video if you'd like. All of my art printables and my artsy classes are available on Corbiere-ScottDesigns.com. And that's where you're going to find my artsy arsenal too. In the pull down menu, you'll see Anne's Artsy Arsenal. And then please ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott. That's where all the cool kids hang. And it's like the best creative community. It's just the best creative community. Apple, I like lime green and apple. Those are kind of my favorites. So I think I want to, yep, that's exactly what I wanted there. I wanted that kind of a nice, bright yellow, green. Let's do the same here. And the centers of these flowers are green too. And remember, I want that little bit of white in the center. Good morning, Valerie. So let's leave that. Let's see, what else can we... Oh, we have a couple more flowers to deal with. So down here, oh, and we need to build up this brown. Henna. So we're just adding a little half moon to these circles, and that's going to help us get our form going. Right? Tap off. And that's going to just start to build that little bit of dimension and texture. Just start layering those colors. That helps so much. Oh, this looks like amber right there. Apple. That's kind of a pretty. And that looks really stark and bright, but we can continue to work with that, right? We can continue to build and build and build and build. Right? Most things in nature are not one single color. I think I want to start this big leaf with my lime green. And then I can build some more color on top of that. All right, down here, what are we gonna do down here? Maybe something kind of red. We don't have anything red just yet. What reds do we have? Yeah, just red. Let's do that. Start with that color and just move it out. There we go. Hi, darling. Hi, Deborah. We are painting my new Unity stamp among the wildflowers on top of one of my new vintage papeterie papers, and this one is, we stamped it on this grid here. And vintage papeterie are all vintage papers, like receipts and ledger papers and words and just everything. But this is going to give us that one more layer of visual interest. I just love that. I just love it. Good morning, Debbie Harding. How are you? Everybody take a drink. Remember that the Christmas card challenge goes till the 30th, so there's still lots of time to enter. And to qualify, you just need to create a Christmas card with any of my art printables, post them in the private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott. I will then take those pictures and put them in an album on the Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. then you're going to invite your family and friends to come to that Facebook group and like and comment on your creations. They can peruse everyone else's creations too if they choose and be inspired. And then next week I will announce the winners, and the winners will be the 3 top like and comment getters in the album. But then everyone will get they will get Happy Mail from me. So just know there's still time to do that, and it's so fun. Like, I've just started to really play around with new cool ideas for Christmas cards. So I hope you do too. I hope you do too. I'm thinking these little guys, I'm thinking something a little bit purple, but maybe I'll go like a violet, red violet. Just got a little bit of color on there. Yep, just a little something. Love that. I want to deepen my pink here, because I have rose pink is the deepest. What if I go in with a little bit of cerise in the very, just kind of pop that just a little bit. I think that's what I needed. I hope that everybody has been inspired and remember, the vintage papeterie papers are only $1 a piece, and they will take all of your creating to the next level. Look at how beautifully they work with a unity stamp. And then there's a million other applications. Be sure to check out the Artsy Alchemy 3 class that's up on my website. That's where you're going to get these 2 vintage puppetry papers included in your class, and a art printable with some artsy mushrooms, and then 2 hours packed full of ways to use these papers. I can hardly wait for you to play with it and get to know them, and then come up with your own stuff. Try all my stuff, and then, because genius breeds genius, right? You're going to try stuff that I wouldn't have thought of, and then I'm going to be inspired by you. So, you know, it's the best. It's the best. I adore you all. I'm ever so grateful that you came to hang with me and create with me, and just make art with me. I adore you all. Please, if you create things with my art, please post them so that we can all give you some love. We will. And the best place to post is in the Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott Facebook group. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video, and share it if you choose. Comment if you have things that you want to talk about, or you know, things that you want to say. This is the place. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.